Hi, folks. It's nice to be talking to you again. It's been a good week, especially because last Saturday I attended Smoking's pipe group they hold on the last Saturday of the month, where we get together as pipe smokers and just enjoy ourselves as much as anything else. There's a slow smoking competition. There's a raffle, um, and it's very, very reasonably priced to go. Um, but the thing that's special about it, and they also have a cigar group on the first Saturday of the month, again, which I attend. That's a little bit more expensive. It's £25, but there's a cigar taster, and again a raffle, and just generally talking. The thing that makes it special is the friendliness of the place. It's, I don't know, everybody seems friendly there. You don't feel any tension between groups or between people, but between the staff and the owner of the place, they're very much like friends. It's not that they treat us as customers in the sense of what can we make out of them, and there is a sort of what I call a happy hour between 1 and 2, where we get 15% off anything we buy. But it seems that the staff are there wanting us to enjoy ourselves as much as anything else. And are willing to serve us and to look after us, and things seem to go together very well. But it's more of a friendship. Usually they wander around and talk to us, keeping us sort of as part of the group. The owner comes and sits amongst us and just chats about cigars, about pipes and smoking and various other things. And we meet at their warehouse or shop area, which is on one of the industrial estates on Oakley Road. And they put up a tent each time we meet, which is very comfortable. It doesn't sound it, but it is. It's a very comfortable area to be in. Sorry, I'm determined not to give up smoking. And it's strange. Because I've been to other pipe groups and cigar groups, and they don't have that feeling of relaxation. And the pipe group last week was like that. It was fun. It was there was a laugh about it, a lightness. But anyway, so that was a very special day. And if ever you're in Otley on the first Saturday and you smoke a pipe, come along. And if you're in Otley on the last Saturday, is the pipe group of the month. And if you're there on the first Saturday, which is next Saturday, then come along and enjoy it. At the moment, I'm smoking, Presse Canoe Oriental Flake. It's very nice. And I've also got a tin of Latakia Flake. But it's very dry because they're not sealed tins as such. They just have a little bit of cellophane sort of wrapped around the top, and it doesn't keep the air out. So I've had to try and liven it up again to revitalise it. So if you're thinking of buying the Presse Canoe, just be aware of that they'll be dry. And that's sad really, but they're not bad smokes, and certainly I'm enjoying this one. It's nice to be back regularly with a pipe, and smoking much more and trying different tobaccos again, although I'm determined not to start seeking special tobaccos. My advice to anybody who's just starting smoking a pipe would be, don't go overboard buying lots of tobaccos and lots of pipes until you've really settled down and begin to know what you like. Yes, buy different tobaccos to try, but only buy one tin. And start, if you want to start collecting tobacco and building up stock so that you've always got some in, do that when you're sure of what tobaccos you like. Because I spent far too much money and far too much time on collecting pipes and collecting various types of tobacco. The tobacco's not bad to collect, but the pipes, I've now come down to one or two favourites. Meerschaum pipes are one of my favourites, and just one or two other pipes, and yet I've got quite a few pipes still left. I have sold some, but I'm tending to stick to Meerschaums for the moment, and just the occasional briar or corn cob. We can't really know when we're first starting what we're going to like and how our tastes are going to change as we learn to smoke. And it does take time. It takes time to become a proficient pipe smoker. The important things about it are to learn to relax, learn to enjoy it. One of the great things about pipe smoking and cigar smoking is the relaxation about it, the rituals about it. And we all have our different ways of doing things. And remember, there's no right or wrong way necessarily to smoke a pipe. Yeah, there are things that we all do because it's the best way to do it. But some people will say, give your pipe time to rest, and that is a good idea. But I've smoked briar pipes and smoked one after the other in the same pipe, and then given it a rest. And of course, with meerschaum, you can do that because meerschaum absorbs the moisture. It's a cooler smoke most times, although I have had some hot smokes with meerschaum. And it colours up, begins to colour up. I mean, this one's at long last beginning to colour, and that's my Che Guevara pipe. Che was a hero of mine as I was growing up as a teenager. And one of the nice things was that I met a cigar making family in Leeds. They came to a cigar group in Leeds to share with us their cigars. And Che used to go to their house and smoke with them. And that's the nice thing about pipes and cigars. Sitting down with somebody and just smoking and talking about whatever you want. Whether it's tobacco, whether it's cigars, or just life in general. The idea of sitting there, puffing away on your pipe and talking together, it's great. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to talk, just sitting together smoking. I know a lot of people with cigars would drink spirits, but I don't do that anymore. I used to, but I thought, when I'm drinking spirits, if they're full strength, then it begins to affect my tongue, affect my taste. And I'd much rather smoke a cigar with a cup of tea, or with some other kind of drink than a spirit. But that's just me. It's not because I don't like drinking, but I've found as I get older, my tastes change. So I have all these bottles of whiskey that I'm saving for a rainy day. And when the rainy day comes, I forget to drink them. But I would commend to you Smoking Company. They're a great firm to be with. We looked around last Saturday and we were taken in the back where they don't normally take people, and where they put orders together and that kind of thing. And it's just a nice, quiet, relaxed place there. Different sections where people do different things, like, wrapping different things ready to send out. But it's done in sort of an atmosphere of peace and quiet, which I really appreciated, really liked. Anyway, I've probably gone on too long, so I'll sort of say good night to you now. It's 8 o'clock in the evening here, and I've got one or two things that I'd like to do. So I'll see you again soon.